Hi guys, we made it to Friday. Well, before we start today's phonics lesson, which is on page 159, it has sneakers across the top. I'm going to review a little bit about what we did yesterday. We talked about adding the ED and ING endings to words that end in consonants and have short vowels in front of them. So let's look at the word plan. Does it end with a consonant? Yes, it does. Does it have a short vowel in front of it? Yes, it does. So it gets a twin. We'll add another N and our ING ending. And we would do the same thing to add our ED ending. It ends with a consonant. It has a short vowel in front of it, so it gets a twin. Today on our phonics paper, we're going to be following that rule and a new rule we're going to learn. You learned a lot about magic E in kindergarten. You learned that when a word has a magic E, it makes the vowel say its name. Well, words with magic E also have different rules for their endings. So let's try the word skate. Right. Skate ends in magic E. We don't need the magic E, so we're going to take that magic E away. We're going to send it to the Magic Kingdom. It's waiting in line for Disney World to open back up. All right, we say goodbye to Magic E. Bye, Magic E. And we're going to add our ING ending. And the same is true if we're adding an ED ending. If the word skate has a magic E, I'm going to take that magic E away, send it to the Magic Kingdom, and write ED. Okay, so now let's look at our phonics paper for today. Let's look at our yellow box with our instructions at the top. Circle the word that finishes each sentence. Print it on the line. Yesterday, I blanked to the park. If you notice, we have two choices, jogged and jogging. The word jog ends with a consonant, has a short vowel in front of it, and gets a twin. And you'll see that where jogged and jogging have two G's. Now, remember, ED endings are used for things that have already happened, that have happened in the past. ING endings are used for things that are happening now or will happen. This happened yesterday. Yesterday I blanked to the park. So what do you think the correct answer will be? I hope you said jogged. Go ahead and circle jogged and print it on the line. Okay. Number 2 is paired with number 1. Yesterday I jogged to the park, then I blank home. It's still happening yesterday. So what do you think the correct word will be? I hope you said walked. Circle walked and print it in number 2. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for numbers 3 and 4, but remember, numbers 3 and 4 are happening today. All right, when you're choosing your ending, remember it's happening today. Go ahead and pause it, and when you're finished, start back up, and we'll look at numbers 5, 6, and 7. Okay, for numbers 5, 6, and 7, let's read the yellow box right above them. Read each pair of sentences. Add ING or ED to the base word. Print the new word on the line. Okay, so our base word is clean. For numbers 5, 6, and 7, one of the endings will be ING and the other one will be ED. And we have to figure out which one is which. Remember, ED happened in the past. ING is happening now or it will happen. So let's look at number 5. Today, Dad is blank the garage. He's doing it today. Is he cleaning it or he cleaned it? I hope you said cleaning. Let's look how we're going to write cleaning. We're starting with our base word. Okay, let's look at the word clean. Does it end with a consonant? Yes, it does. Does it have a short vowel in front of it? No. It has a vowel in front of it, but remember, EA is a vowel pair. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. So that vowel pair says E. There is not a short vowel sound. So we're just giving it the ing ending. All right, and we already used the ing ending, so we know the other one has to be ed, but let's read the sentence just to make sure we did it correctly. He cleaned the car yesterday. He did it yesterday. It should have the ed ending. So I'm going to write clean. Does it end with a vowel or a consonant? Yes, it ends with a consonant. Does it have a short vowel in front of it? No. Does it have a magic E? No. So we're going to write our ing ending. All right. You're going to try 6 and 7 on your own, so go ahead and pause the video, and when you're ready, we'll look at the back together. All right, we're looking at the back of your paper, and in the middle you should see a space scene. I see the earth, and I see the sun, and I see some aliens. Let's see what we need to do on this page. Let's look at the yellow box at the top. Add ing to each base word. Print the new word on the line. We're going to do the first 4 together. Okay? Number 1 is ride. Does ride end in a consonant? No. Does it have a magic E? It does. It does have a magic E. So I'm going to take that magic E, send it to the Magic Kingdom, and give it my ing ending. Go ahead and write riding. Okay. Number 2. Give you a minute to finish writing riding. Number 2 is fry. Does fry end with a vowel? Or a consonant? I'm sorry. Does it end with a consonant? No, it does not end with a consonant. Does it end with a magic E? It does not end with a magic E. So we just write our ing ending. So go ahead and write frying. Number 3 is rub. Does rub end with a consonant? It does. Does it have a short vowel in front of it? Rub, rub. Yes, it does. So does it get a twin? Yes. We're going to give it its twin and its ing ending. We'll do one more together. Number 4 is hide. Let's look at hide. Does it end with a consonant? No, it does not. Does it end with a magic E? Yes, it does. Let's take that magic E. We're going to send it to the Magic Kingdom and give it the ing ending. Okay? Now, you're going to do the same thing on the bottom of the page. Let's look at the instructions on the bottom. It says, okay, so the directions at the bottom say add ed to each base word. Print the new word on the line. Okay, so we are doing the same thing at the top and at the bottom, except you need to remember at the top you're using your ing ending. So on the top, I want you to write ing. And next to the instructions at the bottom, write ed, to be sure you remember to use your ed ending at the bottom of your paper. Every year I have a first grader who forgets and continues to use ing endings at the bottom of the paper. Make sure you remember to switch over to your ed endings. To help you remember, we're going to do number 13 together. Okay. Number 13 is pin. Let's look at pin. Does it end with a consonant? Yes, it does. Does it have a short vowel in front of it? Pin, in, pin. Yes, it has a short I. So I'm going to give it a twin and the ed ending. Right. When you finish copying these, you can pause your video. And when you come back, we'll be ready to talk about math. Okay, welcome back for math. You should be looking at Math 10-4. It says Chapter 10, Lesson 4 at the bottom, and page 471. Okay? At the top, there's a piggy. And let's see what the piggy is saying. Add pennies and dimes the same way you add ones and tens. So in our problems, we're doing the exact same thing we did yesterday, except they're calling the tens dimes and the pennies ones. Okay? We're not going to look at the top because it's asking us to model with dimes and pennies, and we haven't done that yet. We've used our Unifix cubes. So we're going to jump right down to number 1. Number 1 says 28 plus 31. When you add 8 plus 1 for your pennies, you get 9 pennies. 2 dimes plus 3 dimes is 5 dimes. So you need to trace the 59. And then it says 28 cents. Remember, this is the cent sign. Plus 31 cents equals 59 cents. And you're going to trace the blue 59 cents. So you're doing the exact same thing you did yesterday, but you need to remember to add your cents sign at the end of your answer. And it says explain how adding, we're at number 7 at the bottom. Explain how adding pennies and dimes is like adding ones and tens. Remember we said a dime is the same as 1 stick of tens, and a penny is the same as 1 cube. So you may put a check mark at the bottom. And let's look at the back. The top, you're going to do the same thing you did at the bottom. And let's look at number 18 together. Everyone go down to number 18 on the back of your paper. It says, Danny wants to buy a present for his brother. How much will he spend if he buys flippers and goggles? All right, so look at your picture. How much do the flippers cost? I hope you said 78 cents. And how much do the goggles cost? I hope you said 21 cents. Okay. Remember, if it helps you, you can draw a line for adding your ones and your tens. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. So how much money did he spend? He spent 99 cents. Okay. You can cross off or cross out the orange box at the bottom for critical thinking. If you want to try it for fun, that would be great. But you do not have to do critical thinking at the bottom today. All right, so go ahead and pause the video. And when you're ready, we'll come back for contractions. And your English papers today will be pages 157 and 158. We have a little girl in a striped shirt ready to pick some apples. Let's look at the top of our paper. In blue letters, we have our title, Contractions Review. And let's read those directions together. Underline the contraction that is spelled correctly in each sentence. I'm going to read through all 10 sentences with you, and in each sentence, I want you to underline the contraction that is spelled correctly. Number 1, we aren't going to the fair. Which contraction is spelled correctly? Number 2, Carolyn can't reach the apple on the branch. Underline the correct spelling of can't. Number 3, they don't know the way to the library. In number 3, underline the correct spelling of don't. Number 4, I didn't take the dog for a walk. In number 4, underline the correct spelling of didn't. Number 5, he hasn't read the book yet. In number 5, underline the correct spelling of hasn't. Number 6, Henry doesn't understand the directions. In number 6, underline the correct spelling of doesn't. Number 7, Joan and Darius couldn't leave on time. In number 7, underline the correct spelling of couldn't. Number 8, this isn't the song we like. In number 8, underline the correct spelling of isn't. Number 9, I haven't seen that movie. In number 9, underline the correct spelling of haven't. And number 10, Chris wasn't at the party. In number 10, underline the correct spelling of wasn't. When you're finished, turn your paper over, and you should see a boy roller skating at the bottom of your page. And we're learning about a new contraction today. We're going to write the contraction for I am. Remember, when we write our contractions, we write the first word. I'm going to cross out the A, put an apostrophe in its place, and write the M. So when I write the contraction for I am, I'm going to write I'm. So let's look at the directions, letter A. It says trace over the words below. And remember, we don't trace those because the book prints differently than we do, but we do want to read it. I am 7 years old. I'm 7 years old. Okay, so they wrote the contraction I'm for the words I am. Let's go down to letter B. Underline the 2 words that make up each contraction. Write the contraction on the line. Okay? So number 1 says, I am riding my bike. Which 2 words make up our contraction? I am. So underline I am and write I'm on the line. Okay? You're going to finish this on your own. If you haven't done the comprehension paper yet for My Brother is Afraid of Just About Everything, it is on Edmodo, and I've given you directions for that. You do not have to write the page numbers. I'm sure there's a lot of cheering going on right now. But do remember, if you don't know the answer, to look for it in your book. You know how to find the answers in your book from writing page numbers before. If you need to know the answer to 7 and 8 and you can't find it, remember to look in the glossary. For 9 and 10, remember to write your sentences with complete sentences. All right, I hope you have a good rest of your day.